All right, one of the best parts.
What's going on? But I didn't know that was you.
One of the best parts about being at the Super Bowl and having CBS do the game is my man, James Brown. James, always a treat to see you.
I was just trying to see what these squares, if they meant anything in terms of like the number of Super Bowls you've been at.
23, what's it for you?
This will be, I'm hosting my 12th. Can you believe that, Bob? My 12th. And I didn't play football, as you know, but I did learn the sport well, first from Bobby Mitchell, God bless him, the Hall of Famer. When I found out when I was at CBS the first time that the boss said, if you want a career in this business, you need to learn how to broadcast and televise the big sports and the small ones. And I went to see Bobby Mitchell, and he gave me a tutorial out what was then named Redskins Park. So,
I'll tell you one thing. Our good friend Chris Berman always said this. I go, Chris, how long are you going to keep doing this for? He goes, when it stops being fun. You're still having fun.
I really am. And can I just say, I'm tremendously blessed. I know it. But I'm learning something every year. I have huge respect for the guys from the fraternity who know the sport. And to that end and that degree, I always want to make sure that I'm learning so as to make them look good and pull the best out of them. When that stops happening, then it's time to move on.
I'll tell you, for people that don't know, that are in the industry and broadcasting, I've done, thank you, I've done shows and done 2 co-hosts. You've got to squeeze 4 or 5 voices in. I mean, it's like being an air traffic controller on steroids almost.
It really is. And oftentimes my boss will be asking me, JB, can you weigh in? Can you give us something to say as well too? I got a lot of mouths to feed. And people aren't tuning in to me to hear me give the X's and O's, but they are to see if I do have a take. And typically, as you know, having done this for so many years, there are usually storylines or sidebar stories that have a meaningful impact on the game. That's where I think I like to come into play, especially given that I'm also doing news as well. If I've got a take or a commentary that's relevant to the game, that's where I make my money. Does that make sense?
It does.
Yes,
Last
sir.
one before we let you go and everybody else gets to you. Who do you like in the game and why?
You know what? In all the years I've done this, I've never given a prediction. And the reason why is I know that the players, the coaches, the fans, and owners, they take it seriously. Even though I know it's just a matter of fun up there, they take it seriously.
All right, let me rephrase
so I never disrespect the fraternity.
Let me rephrase it then. Where do you think the game will be decided?
Ultimately, who maintains their poise and calm in difficult moments. You got 2 teams there. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the league, period. He knows how to handle pressure. He's done it well. It irks me that so many people are trying to deconstruct Brock Purdy and what he doesn't bring to the table. He only has his team in the Super Bowl, and they call him a game manager, and as you know it all well, that's derogatory. I love what Chris Long and Kyle Long, Howie Long's sons, said on their podcast. He's a game executive. And for them to come back from a 24/7 deficit, they can handle pressure.
And by the way, my apologies to James Brown. I should have known. He doesn't do predictions. I forgot about that.
No, that's all good. It's all good.
But JB, thank you very much, and love doing this, and have a great time on Sunday.
You're a great partner. What are you doing, man? You in the gym a lot pumping too?